This is 3 News Daily.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Wednesday, February 15th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories. And we start this afternoon with an update in the deadly shooting at Michigan State University that happened on Monday night. The university has now named the 3 students who were killed: Brian Frazier, Alexandria Verner, and Ariel Anderson. For the past day and a half, people on campus have been visiting the Sparty statue near the football stadium, leaving flowers, notes, and mementos remembering the victims. The community will hold a candlelight vigil tonight in their honor. Now back in Northeast Ohio, we have more information about the aftermath of the train derailment in East Palestine. Governor DeWine, along with Ohio's top health officials, say the air is safe in the wake of the derailment. Trace chemicals were found in some streams and tributaries of the Ohio River, and while the risk to public drinking water is low, officials advise East Palestine and residents along the eastern part of the Ohio River to drink bottled water. They say contaminants are being captured and filtered through the water treatment process. Now today, Democratic Ohio lawmakers will meet to talk about environmental and agricultural concerns stemming from East Palestine. And later tonight at 7, a town hall will be held at the high school where officials will be on hand to hear from the community. This morning, Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost announced that the criminal charges filed against News Nation reporter Evan Lambert have been dismissed. You're looking at video now of his arrest after a press conference. Yost says after reviewing related footage, the charges aren't supported by sufficient evidence. Lambert was charged with resisting arrest and criminal trespass during a press conference in East Palestine last week. Yost says Lambert was lawfully present at the press conference and that his actions were in line with his job as a reporter. We turn now to East Cleveland, where Counselor at Large Nathaniel Martin has been expelled from City Council. Council members voted Martin out in a meeting last night, and according to official documents, he's accused of gross misconduct and malfeasance in office. We're waiting for details now on what led to the council taking this action. This is a developing story, and we'll continue to update you as we gather more information. Now, the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association has announced the results of a no-confidence vote against Public Safety Director Karrie Howard. A total of 868 members agreed with the position of no confidence, and just 38 did not agree. CPPA says it all started when Howard made a, quote, blatant biased comment about the Irish history of the police department, and this happened at the Not Another Memphis Forum last week. CPPA members have been calling for reform ever since. Now, meanwhile, Howard has apologized for his comments, said he meant them in a positive manner. We'll have more for you on this story this evening. Now, we want to introduce you to another Cleveland native whose contributions to both law and politics have earned a rightful spot in our celebration of Black History Month. Here's a little bit about Jean Merle Capers.
Jean Merle Capers made history in 1949 by becoming the first Black woman elected to the Cleveland City Council. She was re-elected 5 times. In 1977, she was appointed Cleveland Municipal Court Judge, a position she held until her mandatory retirement in 1986. 20 years later, she was the oldest practicing member of the National Bar Association at the age of 93. Before she passed away in 2017, she was the oldest living retired judge in Ohio at the age of 104. We salute Black history maker Judge Jean Merle Capers for her contributions as a trailblazer in law and politics.
And we continue to have features for the rest of this month on Cleveland and Northeast Ohio people who have made major contributions as we continue to celebrate Black History Month right here on 3. Now, to an announcement from the grocery store Heinen's. Starting a week from today, Instacart users will no longer be able to order delivery from the store. Now, instead, people that want to shop at Heinen's can look for a brand new online grocery delivery service straight from the store. Heinen's is also adding a new curbside service, so people will be able to order ahead for pickup and delivery through Heinen's new mobile app and updated website, which they say is coming very soon, hopefully very soon if they're planning on starting this next week. Now, to honor American Heart Month, we're highlighting a few Northeast Ohioans who have embodied hope, courage, and survival during their darkest moments. Today, we share the story of 2 boys with heart conditions. the miracle that saved them, and how their families say they are bonded forever. Here's our Lindsay Buckingham.
There's no sweeter gift than this smile. That's because it's incredible for 22-month-old Mikey Collins to be here today.
When I was pregnant, they had found that something was wrong. Hypoplastic right heart syndrome with tricuspid atresia.
Mikey's mom, Rachel, feeling completely helpless.
I felt like a time bomb because my blood, oxygenated blood, was keeping him alive and well. And I knew that once I had him, he would have to fight for himself.
And fight he did. Mikey born on April 5th, 2021. But just a week and a half later,
He got a disease that kills most babies that get it.
necrotizing enterocolitis, forcing 5 surgeries and losing a third of his bowel. The trauma took a major toll on Mikey's already weak heart.
I started to look at baby caskets and how much do funerals cost for babies? Because I don't know that he's gonna make it.
Mikey needed a new heart to survive. Little did his family know, another little boy did too.
It was completely out of left field. There was no indication that he had any kind of major illness.
July 2021, Felicia Culp says her 9-year-old son Evan started vomiting after every meal. A pediatrician thought it was gastritis. Mom's instincts took over.
I just had a weird feeling, so I took him to the emergency room anyways.
That decision
They told me his heart was enlarged.
saved Evan's life.
I remember looking around, wondering where I was.
Evan had ventricular non-compaction cardiomyopathy. It was end-stage heart failure.
He's been completely healthy, so to go from that to dying is like, how did this happen?
Evan and Mikey needed a miracle. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, Director of Pediatric Transplants, Dr. Gerard Boyle and his team were working on one.
They said, listen, we're family now. We want to see him graduate high school.
2 families waiting on a miracle. Then the miracle showed up. On November 13th, 2021, not 1, but 2 hearts became available for the boys on the very same day. A first in Cleveland Clinic Children's history.
It was electric. The people, the teams that were called in the middle of the night, not on call, it didn't matter. It was just, it was a very exciting time for us all.
The boys made it through, forever bonding their families, who met in the waiting room during the most challenging time of their lives.
Both of our boys were having their heart transplants at the same time, and we just sat there and kind of talked about how each of us got here.
Just knowing that someone was getting help the same day was amazing to hear.
They'll always honor the donor families.
In spite of their just heartache and the utter loss that they felt, in that moment, they gave him life and loved on him so greatly.
And the health heroes who saved their boys.
Bringing in all these volunteers that were not supposed to be working on a Saturday, that they were able to just kind of drop what they were doing and say, yeah, I'm coming in, and make history and change our family's trajectory in life forever.
2 boys, 2 hearts. One unforgettable day. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
What an incredible, miraculous story, making history at the Cleveland Clinic Pediatric Center, where they did for the first time 2 pediatric heart transplants in the same day. Just incredible. Now, Evan and Mikey's parents say they are both doing great. They'll have to monitor their conditions for the rest of their lives, but they're getting stronger every single day, and they will be here to monitor those conditions, thankfully. Thank you to the people at Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital. All right, now for our question of the day. The government officials held a hearing on Capitol Hill yesterday to talk about potentially upping online safety for kids, ways to improve that. One idea is to build parental supervision tools, more tools with stricter control options for anyone under 16 years old. So we want to know, what rules or regulations would you like to see go into effect for online safety? Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page and also our 3 What's New Facebook group, and we'll talk about that during our What's New show at 4 o'clock. Thanks for being here for today's edition of 3 News Daily. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more of your top stories from Northeast Ohio.